Так, мясо для лечебницы в монастыре для больных. Так, пытаемся добыть. Тут должны водиться кабаны. В принципе, я уже добыл мясо, но про запас я не знаю. Причем тут место для охоты на кабанов, на оленя, их что-то не видно вообще. Ладно, на лошадь переложу. А как это тогда будет? На охоте мясо для лечения. Скорее всего, потому что я в лошадь, что ли, его переложил.
What does he want here?
Как мне с этой поговорить, где она?
Good health to you.
I brought some meat.
Thank you, Henry. Rich food will definitely help.
Tell me more. All right. These wounds have been well taken care of. These wounds have been well taken care of. He just needs to sleep.
Christ above! I can't get a wink of sleep.
What are you making such a fuss about?
A fuss? Because of my leg, I have to stay here for at least another... Hurts like fuck. And with everyone...
Maybe I can make you...
Oh, then for God...
Так, а у меня есть средство такое? Ну-ка.
I've got something.
Really?
Drink this and you'll fall straight to sleep.
Oh,
Не зря я
These
накупил.
wounds have been well taken care of. Philip, from Skalitz. I don't see any wounds.
Just for a while, he says. To help your neighbours, he
Кого
says.
узнать-то, где они?
He'll be able to get out of this on his own.
yeah, where?
You're not from Skalitz?
No, but please help me.
What happened to you?
I was working on the building when the scaffolding up by the roof collapsed underneath me.
Well, and you're very lucky you survived it.
Yes, that's what everyone tells me. But it's no...
Well, you're pretty battered, but I don't see anything that a few weeks' rest can't fix.
Weeks? My God, I have to get back to work soon.
What's the problem? Why can't you stay until you heal?
I have a family. I'm poor. It's only thanks to the building work that we can survive. And the master told me, if I don't come back in a few days, then I shouldn't come. And where can me and my wife go then? Who'll take us in? We'll end up living in the woods.
Is there anything I can do to help? It looks like they took...
When I was little, my father got trampled on by a horse, and an old hag from the village...
And do you remember what the
I don't. But there's supposed to be the whole cursed knowledge of the world in this.
I'll try to find...
Thank you.
What happened to Philip?
Poor man. There was
But do you know what?
maybe. He didn't.
But what can we do?
Us. Nothing.
And where is he?
You know he left Skalitz years ago.
And does anyone...
If you believe.
One of the sick men, Semek, is complaining about pain.
Semek. Is.
No, he's a construct...
Henry, for God's sake. Our neighbours are dying here. You're. Honestly.
Listen, all I need to find out is...
Then go and look it up in a book. God bless.
Everything here is fine. He just needs to sleep. Everything here is fine.
Welcome, Henry.
Another one that's going to be taking food out of our mouths.
Do you know anything about...
I'm not an expert.
Well, one of the workers who was injured during construction, he mentioned some...
Herbs.
Oh,
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head, but you can have a look in the herbarium here.
Гербария, где он? Может, у меня уже эта трава есть?
Yeah?
hopefully I have...
God be with you, Henry. Welcome, Henry.
Hopefully I...
Thank you. With any luck, I'll soon be feeling better. If you find the time, stop by to see me in a few...
And who are you?
Brother Elias.
What do you do here?
What I can. I'm just...
How long have you been helping?
Since before the refugees arrived.
And what do you do here?
Mainly, I help Brother Nicodemus. Okay, sometimes I have to hold a patient down.
Do you know anything about healing?
A little. I can manage the basics.
Thank you.
Hey! Watch it!
Так, я с ним уже разговаривал, поэтому я делал с братом Никодимом промотаю.
How are the...
Some others are. It's a good.
So you...
Well, there were.
If only...
Если
You
не
were there.
успеваете, ставьте на пробел, если
How
хотите.
can I help?
Have you talked?
I did.
Well, if you
That's true.
come and speak,
What do you think of...
Baron and the last.
I heard he...
Well, that's true.
Thank you. Why are they...
I've.
How is that
But I have no. And because the.
Can't you do it?
Unfortunately, and the cust.
And the local
I tried him.
Can't believe you're...
I know.
Even...
You're not the.
Если заглючил, пишет, что набираться прямо на абсолютно.
Vessels with quicksilver in them.
Vessels with quicksilver in them.
God be with you.
Whose house is?
It's our local custodians.
What does the custodian?
Well,
But
in fact, he seems more interested in...
you don't seem to think very much of it.
Well, of course I do. A man with a nose so stuck up...
I'm much obliged. You look bored.
Beyond...
How can you be bored here in Sasau?
Don't even talk to me about it. They won't let you touch the books. They don't want to talk to you. And when I wanted to look at the remains... Me! Like some kind of thief.
Maybe I could help you.
How?
No, not at all. I was going to bring you something from the cave under the monastery. You could touch it for luck, and then I'd return it.
Well, now.
Of course.
Then I'd be very grateful.
Jesus Christ, people.
I'm helping at the infirmary.
Ah, and how is your hunker? Do you...
Yes, I...
Good, good. Does she...
I'm mainly here for supplies and to talk about the state of the wounded from Skalitz. They need blankets, food...
Well, that's not my problem. Let the infirmarius...
His hands are tied. Until the abbot comes back, he...
And why should that interest...
Because I'll pay you.
For supplies? But of course. That will be...
Oh, come off it. You get your supplies from the monastery for free. No one will bat an eyelid if you ask for more. Blankets can get chewed up by mice. Food can go off. What about this?
I'd own... Yes. These things happen, certainly.
God be with you.
I see there's not much going on around here.
Quite so. All by myself.
I'm sorry to hear that. And what's keeping you here? Alone?
My older brother ran away with the wandering players. So when our father was...
I can see you took your vow.
I did.
The Cumans.
If it were Cumans, I'd grab an axe and that would be that. They begged me for food, and mark my words, they weren't taking no for an answer.
There are gangs like that around. I saw the mess they left behind.
It was horrible. People tried to find shelter in the church, but then,
And where did you hide?
by the grace of God, I got my family.
But I don't see your family with you.
No, it takes better man than them to track me down.
Do you think folk will ever go...
Oh, I don't know about Scalets, but the folk here...
Do you mean the priest?
Indeed, when the land's at war, noblemen...
Of course. But it was the Scalets parish priest who...
He did, but there's been no sign of him.
That's true enough.
But if you're interested, young fella, maybe you could help us find the...
I can always ask, but I've heard where the Scalets priest...
That's great news. Although I had my...
You might as well tell me who he is. What I heard...
True. A few years ago, there used to be another priest in Scalets.
Simon. Father Simon. I remember him.
I don't want to spread rumours, but they say he was in love with his housekeeper.
That's not a story I've come up with.
It only reaches folk who care for such... Well, to finish the story, Simon left the parish and ran away. There was neither sight nor sound of him for a long time. Until...
And what's he doing here?
That's just it. People...
All right.
I couldn't tell you exactly, but you could... Well, they live on a farm nearby, and it's likely they know more.
I'll go and see what they have to say for them.
God go with you, lad, and I pray you find him. If some heathen stabs me in my...
Don't worry.
Не туда я, блин, поскакал, ну ладно. Теперь туда гранат скачу.
Someone there?
I'm honored that a knight such as you...
It may sound strange, but I'm looking for Simon.
Father Simon? I last saw him when he... If you want to know something, ask the wife.
I understand.
Are you serious?
I'm looking for the priest, Father Simon.
Simon?
I'm looking for the priest who used to take care of St. James.
I don't know if I can help you there. He'll never go back. Very well.
What went on between Simon?
Nothing that hasn't happened before. Our Mary was his housemaid in Skalitz. She was pretty, very pretty. And he was young, and so things went the way they do between comely young...
Yes, these things happen.
I said as much. I was just glad our girl was provided. Only she never had the chance to hold that babe in her arm.
I'm very sorry.
Such is a woman's lot in life.
And what happened to Simon?
The poor man. He took it the worst.
That's rubbish. People lie together out of wedlock all the...
That's just what I told him. But it's hardly my place to let... He was overflowing with grief. He barely spoke, didn't eat, refused to take a new housemaid. And then...
Where can I find him?
I heard that too. And I'm inclined...
How come?
After our poor Mary went to her rest, we used some of the money he'd paid us to put a cross up by the roads.
You think Simon?
Who knows? Maybe it's a miracle.
I see. Can you tell me where that...
Certainly. There are settling tanks for the mines to the west of Skalitz.
All right. I'll be going.
Very good then.
I'll tell him.
Интересно.
This must be that cross. Mary's mother was right. Someone did lay flowers here recently. I should have a look around and see if there's comfrey growing anywhere nearby.
God be with you, Henry.
Hey, you! What are you doing here?
I've come for the priest. Simon.
There's no one here called that.
There is. Do you take me for a fool?
All right. Maybe there is someone here. What of it? We're not going anywhere.
All right. You've asked for it.
You're dead. Go ahead and scatter your strength. You'll need it. Bring it on.
Oh, God Almighty, what did you do?
I think you'll find I freed you.
But what about those poor wretches? Did you have to kill them?
Poor wretches? They assaulted you and held you captive. Who knows what they would have done to you?
I know, but that didn't merit a death sentence.
Well, apparently it did.
Merciful God, this is horrific.
Just calm down, Father. Justice would have caught up with them sooner or later. I'm sure their attack on you wasn't their first crime.
I know, but still.
I'm sorry, but there was no other way. With all this chaos in the land, scoundrels like these are crawling from under every rock. The governors throughout the realm are running out of hanging space.
I'll have to bury them.
If it pleases you, Father.
And to whom do I owe my salvation?
My name's Henry. You may remember me. I'm the son of the Skalitz blacksmith.
Your face does seem familiar. But listen, Henry, I can't help feeling you didn't stumble across me by accident.
It's true. I've come to ask a favor of you.
Me? What on earth could I do for you?
I need you to go back to St. James. The folk there need spiritual guidance. Skalitz is a burned-out shell, and many have died in St. James. They need a priest. Any priest.
I understand, but I have to disappoint you. I gave up my calling. Instead, I've given myself over to repentance.
I know your story, Father.
Then you know what I'm guilty of.
Yes, and I don't want to try to make light of it. Your conscience is your own affair, but I know that deep down you're a good man.
You don't know what you're saying. You don't know me.
But I know what you did. Many priests break God's commandments willy-nilly and aren't the least ashamed.
That doesn't absolve me of my sins. God's law is set, no matter how often it's violated.
You're certainly right, but the people need you. And forgive me for being blunt, but while you can leave the presbytery if you choose, it doesn't absolve you of your duty to Christian folk.
But I'm a sinner. I'm not fit to guide anyone. I'm unworthy to do so.
Priests, bishops, monks, abbots, they're all sinners. Even the Holy Father himself is a sinner. You've done your penance, and now your people need you.
You're probably right. It is my duty. At least for a time, until they find someone better.
I don't think they'll find anyone better in a hurry.
All right. I'll take what I can carry and go back to St. James.
Thank you. Your parishioners will be very grateful. I need help with treatment.
And what's wrong with you?
Oh, nothing. But Philip from Skalitz is dying. He's lying in Sasau and won't last long.
Slowly now. What happened to him?
Nobody knows much. He's not wounded, but I heard he was hiding from the Cumans for days in a pile of carcasses.
The Lord have mercy. The living should never lie with the dead. His intestines must be purged, but even then he's in God's hands.
How do I clean his intestines?
It might surprise you, but you'll have to give him alcoholic spirits. The purest you can get your hands on. The best is distilled from Artemisia. It'll make him a bit delirious, but it'll help. I'll show you how to prepare it.
God almighty.
I found you a priest.
Really?
The former parish priest of St. James.
So you found...
Yes. He was roaming the wood.
Thank God. You'll see. Once there's a priest...
I hope so.
I've put together a small sum for a new piece.
I couldn't possibly take it. You'll need the money to rebuild...
As you wish, then.
So, farewell to you. And I hope he gets here soon.
I'll keep an eye on him myself. Godspeed.
Bring it on! You call that combat? What's the matter? Come on! Ah!
You made a mistake getting on the wrong side of me. You're dead.
Что ли? Ну. Так, надо сохранить. А, стоп, а у меня может быть оптимизия есть. Должна быть, я помню. Вот она.
Admiration of your selfless dedication, I would like to invite you to a fine banquet at my palace. You certainly have earned... What business have you here, fellow? Who let you in?
I'm taking care of the wounded, as I'm sure you're aware.
Ah. Well then, run along and take care of them, and let me talk to Johanka. You're not needed here.
Johanka doesn't need anything from you. Good man.
You will talk to me in an appropriate manner, you maggot. Understand?
I talk to everyone the way they deserve.
Nobody's going to talk to me that way. Lock him up for the night and let him learn some manners.
Чё им нельзя ему, бля? Череп проломить.
That custodian Sebastian is really obnoxious.
He can be unpleasant, but in his own way. I don't know.
You can't be serious.
What's that supposed to mean? At least he was here, unlike you, the whole time. And anyway, mind your own business.
Офигела, что
Tell me more.
All right. How are the sick and wounded faring? I don't think there's anything more I can do for them.
I know. And you helped the best you could. All we can do now is pray for the souls of the departed.
What happened?
We brought you back to the land of the living.
How? How long have I been unconscious?
For a long time.
I have to find...
Rest now. You're going to be very weary for the next week or two.
Well... Thank you.
You saved me. You've no idea what you've done for me. Oh, God, thank you.
I didn't do that.
You did more than anyone else here. I'm sorry, I've got no money to repay you. But I can tell you a secret. How workers like me...
О, прикольно.
Would you teach?
Certainly.
I'm interested.
All right. Now.
Would you teach?
Certainly.
I'd like to.
First, yeah.
Well.
Где тут корчма? Ладно, буду там сохранить, чтобы далеко не бегать.
Hey, who's there?
Ладно, давайте вкачаюсь.
Good health to you, sir.
Чего нельзя арендовать, алло? Ну, купание не круглосуточно работает, они должны работать круглосуточно.
I'd like to...
And what is it you...
A bit of everything.
That can be a...
Fine.
I'm sure...
Так. По идее все, я сохранил, просто у меня тут баг. Ладно, перестану записывать, пока потом разберусь, что еще дальше делать.